Want to see if we have an audio check coming back on the live. We had a live earlier with no audio. I just want to see if the audio is working. Just audio check. If it's not working, please let me know.
Sorry.
Audio check, audio check. I was live for about an hour. Can anybody hear me? I want to see if YouTube had a glitch. Can anybody hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, we're covering a ongoing unfortunate situation in Minneapolis. Can anybody hear me? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I can hear. Okay. Um, it's not like me to go off air, but nobody can hear me. We had over, about 2,000 people coming on the live, and nobody can hear me. So I had to go off stream. But we haven't missed much. What's happening in Minnesota, guys? Bring everybody up to date. It's falling apart. But as of the last 20 minutes, um, what we have is these people waking up, and good morning, by the way, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're coming in. Here in Las Vegas, good morning. Woke up, I put on some feeds. I had some people tell me they're going out of control in Minneapolis. It led to a lady's death yesterday. May she rest in peace. Family of grieving. And today we have a situation occurring where a couple people fell to the ground. They had some tear gas, excuse me. Haven't had my coffee, and they eventually um, told them to go, and these people finally, most of them left. This is in front of the federal building, um, and it took. I want to bring everybody up to date who really cares. It took about 30 minutes for these ICE agents to come out, which is a little odd to me. It took a while. It took a while. But unfortunately, our last live stream, I had no audio. I talk and nobody can hear, but we still had an amazing audience as I broke through to this live coverage. I hope I'm wrong, but you're probably going to be seeing this through today in Minneapolis. I wouldn't be surprised by Friday, Saturday, and the weekend, you're going to see it in California. But as you can see, most people have left. Most people are gone. But I just wanted to come back on for those who are here, like Janine and others. I had no control of the volume. I had no control. So I hope everybody understands that. I do the best I can with these live streams. I believe it was a YouTube glitch. They're not perfect either. But what I was saying was pretty much what I just said now, a couple different times. Just bear with me, guys. This is early for me. I'm just getting some coffee here. You can see there's still people there. Obvious, there's people there. There was like a director, so to speak, who came out and said, we need to break it up. So at least somebody was thinking. And, these ICE agents are making conversations in a peaceful way. We need ICE agents, they said. And, but to real quickly bring everybody up to date one last time, there was a woman who lost her life, 37 years old yesterday. And let me just say this. That should never happen. And they'll be investigating with body cam. However, when you have sirens, whether you live in UK, Italy, United States, anywhere, and law enforcement with weapons say put hands up, remove the car, you need to take it seriously. But unfortunately, people make wrong mistakes in life and led to a woman's death who had 3 kids. And unfortunately, when you have a governor, if you call him a governor, because I believe he'll be resigning very shortly, and he'll be held responsible allegedly for the crimes and fraud that's happening there. a governor who's weak, who is going to be the vice president of the United States, who comes out like Gavin Newsom and many others, ladies and gentlemen, who come out and say, continue your protest. Continue your protest. Barbara, I'm back. Thank you for your support. I don't know what happened with the audio this morning. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Otherwise, I will do one or two things. Broadcast it, silence, or yes. Okay, thank you, Janine. It's probably meant the language that you heard. I kept on saying viewer discretion's advised, and I'm going to say it one time here. Viewer discretion's advised. That's what you missed. A lot of F, ice, a lot of FFF, and worse language than that. That's what they were saying. Good morning, good morning, good morning in the United States. Good evening, other parts of the world. If you're coming in now, we had a live stream a little while ago with no sound. However, it was chaos. We seen, I believe Janine was here, Barbara was here. Was anybody else here? What we witnessed was something out of a movie. These people were in the face of ICE agents, and just verbally and get very close to them, abusing them. And I was also saying that these ICE agents are Republicans, Democrats, gay and white, black, straight. They're there just doing their job. And yes, one person lost their life, and they'll be investigating. But we don't know all the details of that situation. Apparently, this woman drove, and if one of the mods can look it up, I still haven't had all my coffee. I forget what state, but she did not live in Minneapolis, and she drove here and interfered with law and order. And guess who suffers? You know who suffers? How many people have kids and grandkids? Her beautiful family suffers of a loss of a 37-year-old who had many years left in her life. Many years. Many years. And I blame, my opinion, certain news outlets and the governor officials. Thank you for you guys can hear me. I wish you guys could have heard. Well, I don't wish you could have heard the bad language earlier, but I wish you could have heard some of the stuff other than the bad language they were saying. It just really disappointed on our society sometimes. It really is. Very sad. Very, very sad. Oh, thank you. I appreciate somebody, Colorado. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. That's right, Colorado. Thanks for reminding me. I appreciate somebody actually taking that time to look that or knowing that. Thank you, Paul. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. Yeah, we had a live stream about an hour ago. It was incredible once again, but unfortunately, YouTube had some kind of a volume glitch. But nonetheless, we had about 100 likes.
Are you looking to
We had about 100 likes. It's crazy. Thank you so much. I'll continue a little bit longer as long as you guys can hear me and see what it develops. Right now, it's kind of calm. If you would have seen this an hour ago, it was a whole different ball game, guys. There was people in their face, terrible name calling. The only mistake that an ICE agent did for me was to try to explain what happened. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I had a message come in. The only mistake that an ICE agent made this morning was he tried to explain the situation, what happened yesterday. He was a younger guy. That doesn't make him wrong, but the best advice I would give these agents is to just do your job, be observant. And another thing they were saying was we need ICE agents, sign up. I kind of like that. It's a nice job. Scary, I mean, they literally been ambushed yesterday. Exactly, Janine. I didn't ignore your message. I think I seen it. You know, if people would stay home, you know, in your living room, in your bedroom, outside, have a conversation with a loved one, argue among each other at home, decide your opinions on a live stream. Come on here. But there's no reason to interfere with law. That will lead to injuries, and worse, you have one life. So, and it is really a shame because I don't encourage terrible things. You know, whether it's Charlie Kirk or a 37-year-old, or it's me or you, God forbid, or any of our families, you know, it's sad. It's sad. We don't want to see a loss of life, but we got to really, I was going to say wake up, but we need to take a look at each other and let the administration do its justice. And the governor should actually step down today. I want him to come on and step down. He needs to step down. He needs to go. He needs to be gone from office, and that's it. And Gavin Newsom needs to go. These people do not have a brain cell left in their brain. They are so out of touch with America. I don't wish them harm, but they need to go, William Rizzo. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I do. But unfortunately, you're going to see more of this today, tonight, in Chicago, this weekend, during the NFL playoffs. You're going to see more of this in California, Chicago, and it's going to erupt. It's going to feed. It's going to be like contagious. It's just going to continue. And, you know, and there's some people out there that are just curious. But I wouldn't even be curious at this point. Would you guys? I would not even be curious. I would stay home and stay out of it. Stay out of it. Go on a live. Go on a live stream, whether it's our live stream, anybody else's live stream, or better yet, have a cup of coffee with a neighbor, a friend, and discuss things. But don't go in fear with this. Don't interfere. Beautiful flag here. But anyhow, we've been covering this for a while, and we had and I got to tell you, it was so bad. I thought that somebody was gonna be injured. There was one guy in tear gas. Barbara seen it. Barbara was here. Janine was here. Anybody else was here. There was a guy on tear gas. He got tear gas because he interfered, and he was crying. He was on his hands and knees crying. All of a sudden, he shut his mouth up. He was saying something in the words, "ICE kills," or "ICE go home," or "F ICE," all those words together. And he said some other things, and he got real close. I don't think they mind what he was saying. Anyhow, the bottom line was he was crying, a grown man crying. I say send these people to Staten Island, New York, and South Philadelphia, put them in an Italian neighborhood. It's sad. It's sad what this world's come to. Welcome in the live stream. Good morning. Early morning in Vegas. Let me tell you. And a little later in the morning in Minneapolis. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you're coming in from. I'm Sal, and we're covering an ongoing massive protest. Donald Trump, the word is he'll be speaking probably in the next hour, I'm hearing, addressing the nation on, pretty much I'm guessing he's going to say, we got to eliminate the protests, or weak government, this, that, whatever. And speaking of a weak governor, I don't know if you guys heard yesterday, but Tim Walz, the governor of Minneapolis, whose time is running out, and I feel he'll be facing jail, allegedly, if he did these crimes, and he's admitted it on national TV that he knew about the fraud. when you acknowledge, good morning, everybody. Good morning. When you acknowledge that you had fraud, you are admitting that you were involved. Now, whether he got donations or not, either way, he needs to step down and go. If he did get donations, they can prove it in his bank. Good morning, Ken Big Fishing. Good morning. He'll be arrested. We'll see it. Now, thank you yesterday. We had a record-breaking likes, 404 likes. Amazing. You are all amazing. Over 369,000 views. All right, here we go. Here we go. It's heating up a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. We got a loudmouth this morning. We got a loudmouth. Other than me.
She didn't go out to get murdered. He didn't murder her. They took away a child from his mother. Say her name, okay, God. You murdered her.
Uh-oh. Here we go. It's heating up again. It's heating up. She is calling them murderers. From Renee Good. I believe her name was Good. Renee Good. May she rest in peace. May she rest in peace. Terrible, terrible tragedy. Nobody wins here. I'm not that loud. All right, so I will. You cannot. We having problems with the audio again? Give me a second. Let me try something here. You guys cannot hear me? All right. I'm a little well. All right. Well, what we can do is I can't keep signing off, guys. If I sign off too many times, I don't think YouTube. There must be a glitch. Audio's working. Audio's fine. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. And so, why are we talking about the audio? We're talking about the audio because we did a live stream about an hour ago, and I was pretty much talking to myself. Well, there was bad language. You didn't miss nothing. And there was no audio. But now I'm seeing that some of you can hear me. And some of you can't. Loud and clear now. Okay. All right. It might just be... I'm going to stay off the stream a little bit and see what happens. I'm going to... give me a second, guys, if you would. Give me a little bit of time here. I'm going to go off this stream. This was a feed... local news newsroom out of Minneapolis. I don't know if it was the stream, maybe. It's weird. Very weird. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm going to go to a regular news channel. I'm going to go to a national news channel here.
Leader of the Senate
All right, let me try this out.
Thank you, Leader Jeffries, and thank you and
Chuck Schumer. Can you guys hear this at all?
what's happening on the floor today. I too want to just salute Steny Hoyer for an amazing, productive career. He will be missed. Democrats are going to
Yes, thank you, Mike.
make health care
Thank you.
and other high costs, the high cost of living, the number one issue for all of 2026. The average American family, there are millions of them discussing this right now. How are we going to pay the bills? Do I have to put aside my retirement to pay for my higher health care costs? What am I going to do with the higher bills that I'm facing? And every day Americans are saying to their elected officials, do something about it.
Thank you. God bless 26. God bless each and every one of
Republican friends have
us.
stood in the way of doing something about it, whether it's electric costs, healthcare costs, housing costs, tariffs, you name it. Yesterday, we Democrats in the Senate had a great forum to talk about housing costs. And then weeks ahead, we'll be talking about the cost of groceries and the cost of electricity, the cost of goods that tariffs have increased, the cost of childcare. And we will be relentless on focusing on this issue.
All right, so what you were listening to there were Jeffries and Schumer, but I do want to take you back out to Minneapolis. As you can see, those protests have heated up once again. We are talking about clashes between protesters and federal law enforcement right there on your screen. Now, there were hundreds of people out there earlier. There was tear gas that was deployed. People were detained. Not clear if they were arrested and charged, but it looks like after the number dwindled, you now have more folks who are showing up. A lot of TV cameras. We are going to lift up the audio here and listen in.
Well, here's the audio.
This is America. We will not stand down. We will not surrender. These men are not us. This is America. All right? This is America. This is contraband. Okay? This is contraband.
Whoa!
Come on, man. Let's have a fight. Let's keep walking. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I ain't coming just to heat off of these goddamn patriots. Okay? Alright, this is the year of the Warcraft. We're taking our country back. We're taking our country back. We'll just stay here. We got history, but
We don't want you here. Get the fuck out.
Viewer discretion is advised. Sorry, guys. This is where the volume goes. It's because of the language. I'm sorry. That's our dilemma. That's our dilemma right there. So they're
Eric did want to dip down the audio. You can see protesters have once
Yeah,
again
they're-
gathered in very large numbers there. We are going to be checking in with our Fox 9 Minneapolis team as they continue their coverage here. This is now day 2 of those protests taking place.
I'm going to lower the volume on purpose, guys. The language that some of these people or orchestra in Minneapolis is it's just horrible. And so anyhow, I think YouTube, again, I will just say this: viewer discretion's advised. As a matter of fact, Mike, Janine, my moderators, if I could, thank you for being here. If you can put that and paste it on here, one of yous or both of yous, just put it, if you could, Mike, can one of yous just take, just put viewers discretion's advised. If you could do that for me, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, bring everybody up to date. And happy 26. Our prayers and thoughts are with the mother who was shot by a ICE agent. And, you know, we seen it last night, and I will give you my thoughts later on. But what we're seeing today is a protest, if I would. It's out of control protest. And it's clashed with federal agents in Minneapolis. Ken Big Fish, and thank you so much. Thank you. And what's happening is, thank you, Janine. Thank you. Yeah, we just once or twice. I appreciate it. That's why I could be wrong. But anyhow, what's happening today is I woke up and here in Vegas, and my phone was kind of blowing up, and they've been protesting. There was 30 minutes or 40 minutes that these protesters were going after federal building. You know, they were pretty much yelling out bad names. And it took a while. It took a while for the protesters, or excuse me, for the ICE agents to go out and protect. At some point, they had the rifles, they had tear gas, grown men were going at it, and then they were crying with the tear gas in their eye. And I cannot believe that it took a while for the agents to get gone. Easy for me to say. I'm sure they have to apply from their sergeant, captain of police. They're on a commercial break. So I covered the live stream for about an hour. A lot of us were on here. Some of us weren't. And there was a lot of F ICE agents, and a mother. They kept on blaming ICE because of the loss of life of a 37-year-old woman who drove her car. And thank you for that person to listen to me, from Colorado. Drove from Colorado to Minneapolis and took her car with kids at home. And I'm not saying her kids were left on it. I'm just saying she had a family. Beautiful kids. I believe 3. Could be 2, could be 3. Regardless, she had kids and a friend, and went to Minneapolis and got in her head that she was gonna protest. And to make matters worse, got in her car, drove, where it was blocked off, and they asked her a few times to please get out of your car, come out of your car, hands up, hands on the wheel, right? I got stopped not too long ago, hands on the, okay. She refused to, again and again. I'm sure some words got exchanged. I'm sure they ignored the words, the ICE agents. After that, in the ice, in the snow, you could see the tire peeling out. And then shots were taken. And then she lost her life. She lost her life. And it is a shame. And it'll be investigated. Whether, this was self-defense or not. But for me, in my opinion, an automobile can be a weapon. A weapon. May she rest in peace. A weapon. And it's easy for people to make judgment of somebody and accuse these hardworking Democrat, Republican ICE agents, gay and straight, black and white, and Hispanic and Latinos out there. Moments go by and you're threatened, and with the vehicle, you're taught to take down. Now, did she have to lose her life? Well, that's up to you guys to talk about. But today is Thursday, and what you have going on right now is a massive protest in Minneapolis. People are starting to lose their mind. I will advise everybody who thinks about doing something like this. Think about your family. If you don't want to think about yourself, think about your son, your daughter, your mother, your father, and your family. Do not get involved. Go on a live stream like this and speak what you want to speak. Call me out. I don't care. But don't get involved in this stuff. You'll lose your life. And today, we see multiple people down to the ground. And I hope I'm wrong. It's going to spread like mosquitoes. It'll go to California. It'll go to Chicago. It might come here to Vegas. People just hate Donald Trump so much. They hate this man. And that's fine. But how did this come like this? I did not like Barack Obama, but he was the president. We need to remember this. All right, here we go. What is it? Oh, this is Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer speaking on health care. Do we want to see Chuck Schumer? They interrupted and went back to Chuck Schumer. He's talking about health care because you know why?
We were 2 votes short.
They were 2 votes short. They want to close down the government again. So when they close the government, if you're collecting SNAP benefits, there's a possibility you're going to lose your SNAP benefits. You know who won't lose their SNAP benefits? Somalian community. And that's why we're in this situation.
This kind of military adventurism.
Yeah, Chuck Schumer. I'll just show you Chuck Schumer, and then I don't want to see his face too much. This guy here is the leader of the Democrat Party who's done one thing, has not done one thing in 45 years.
The bottom line is we demand that they vote with us, and the American people are watching. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Why he's talking this morning is because, remember the shutdown we had? they want to shut down
All
again.
right. As we went back to that here, you can see that they did wrap up, and that's because Senator Chuck Schumer said they do have that vote coming up on the War Powers Act proposed there by Senator Kaine.
So let's go back. You know, Chuck Schumer, he's a real piece of shit. He's a real piece of shit. He's another one, the leader of the Democrat Party, who hates America, who hates they hate Donald Trump so bad that it comes to where people can get injured and lose their life. This is all over a president who they did not expect to get elected, who is investigating, well, first of all, eliminating illegals from coming here, keeping this nation safer than ever, taking out nuclear attacks in Iran, who's actually captured Maduro. You won't see him no more. And to have our oil back in Houston, and take that oil and generate the economy in Venezuela, and before the economy, make it safer. Who is my sources is Cuba safer again. And these people who are corrupted in Cuba and got senile for many years. Here's a president who's helping the whole world out so we can be better financed. Because when we're doing well in the United States and welcome in everybody, then Canada and the other parts of the world will do well. And this was not supposed to happen. I mean, he was assassination in Butler, Pennsylvania once. And this is what this is about. And now Tim Walz, who we heard last night together on a live, who is the governor for now of Minneapolis. Why this is escalated today in these protests, and I don't like protests. For me, there's no peaceful protest. But the reason you have this today and people might get injured and maybe worse is because a governor did not come out like Gavin Newsom when they had the protests in California and say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your governor, and I'm going to say this one time. You might not like Donald Trump. You might not like what's going on. Let law and order do their job. And before he said that, he talked about Trump. And better before that, we had a horrific incident where a woman lost her life. Our prayers and thoughts are with the family. And this should never happen. That's what he should have said. But no, his first words are Trump. That's his first words. Trump, Trump, Trump. President Trump, not Trump. President Trump. Barack Obama was the president. The worst president ever. That's right. He is the worst. But he was the president. You obey the president, whether you select him or not. If you don't like the president, then go out and vote. And vote. And that's why it's important that we vote midterms, guys, because if we sit back and underestimate and think it's going to be okay, we will lose control of the Senate and the House. And what will happen is, what we're witnessing now on these protests will be like steroids. It'll be 100 times worse. It'll be worse and worse. This should have never happened. This woman, it should never happen. They should have announced earlier in Minneapolis that we have ICE agents here. Whether we like it or not, they're here to protect the residents of Minneapolis. Go home, be safe. Weak government. Weak. Tim Walz was selected to be the vice president for one reason. And that one reason was Kamala knew about the fraud. And for those who think I had too much coffee, no. That fraud started during COVID relief money. That red states too. Blue states and some red states were covering up and giving money to illegal immigrants, non-Americans who needed unemployment, PUA, SBA, childcare, and Trump has frozen now 6 to 7 states. He's already made it clear, I will come after all blue states, and if I have to investigate some red states, we will. He doesn't care. He will bring down anybody. And now, You have a weak government, weak Gavin Newsom, the idiot in Chicago, Tim Walz, and I want to see these guys handcuffed, allegedly. They need to be sent to prison with the bad guys. In this case, he's a male with the bad guys in jail. And I want to see it live. Tim Walz has come out multiple times and agreed and said, I knew there was fraud. I knew about it. Now, he did not admit that he took donations, but he did admit that there was fraud. Well, to me, correct me if I'm wrong, if you are admitting there is fraud and you're the governor or the mayor or chief of police, if you say those words live that you knew about fraud, well, then you are held responsible in your state and city of Minneapolis and Minnesota. What do we have here? All right, here they're speaking on immigration right now. See what we got here.
Deportation agenda. It's also an indication of the type of violence that our communities and neighbors have been facing every single day since this administration has come in a little bit less than a year ago. New York is experiencing unprecedented levels of ICE arrests, with agents kidnapping community members from their families, off the streets, from their workplaces, and even from mandatory immigration court hearings. Here at 26 Federal Plaza, we have seen them trick and trap people to come to court and then detain and disappear them on a daily basis this entire past year. With the system stacked against immigrant New Yorkers, we have to keep fighting to defeat Trump-appointed attorneys in immigration proceedings.
Here we go.
If they have access, they will fail. And more families will be separated and more communities gutted. That's why we're here and saying New York State must invest $175 million and pass the Access to Representation and Build Act immediately.
Yeah! That's what we need.
We're gathered here with our champions and advocates who have been fighting for this. And without further ado, I want to introduce some of them who are going to speak more. New York State Senator John Liu.
Sorry, guys, hold
I
on.
want to thank our deputy leader for deferring to me and letting me go first. It's not a bad thing to have the deputy leader, Mike Gianaris, with us, and he's completely with us, has been from the beginning. What we saw yesterday was an outrageous act. Americans all across the country are outraged. As outrageous as it was, every day outrageous things happen. We have seen so many things happen right here. Here in New York City, all across America. And what we need to do is we need to protect our fellow New Yorkers. That is what we're out here for. There's been a lot said about ICE now being the largest law enforcement agency in the country, especially when Trump gave them this huge budgetary increase on our backs. And are they even enforcing the law? That's very questionable. The bottom line
All right,
is
I
we here in
can't-
New York, we believe.
I
in the
apologize.
law.
I can't hear
We
this guy.
understand that the laws are
I'm
the
gonna
laws
lower
and
the
they
volume
have
this
to be
time.
complied with. And when necessary,
It upsets me when I hear this man speak. He talks about federal agents and taxpaying money. Let me give you taxpaying money. How many people on here are working today? How many people working on this Thursday? You know, we have tax season coming around. April 15th for a lot of us. If we don't pay on time, what happens? 30-40% of our taxpaying money, federal, is going to Minneapolis. I hear people say, oh, I don't live in Minnesota. It doesn't affect me. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Our taxpaying money should be going to people that are struggling, who need food assistance, who've been through a terrible divorce, who are having a long time illness. Hold on. What happened? Hold on, guys. I don't know. Pardon me. People that are sick with the disease that cannot work, who did work, our taxpaying money needs to go to those people. And for that man to say, we're funding more ICE agents? Yes. How do you take down crime? It's happening. Minnesota, the governor, did this.
It's raining.
He did this. He did this because either you're too stupid or you're involved in a fraud. Either way, you need to go. And then to come on yesterday and not acknowledge that woman and call out Trump's name. I think he did acknowledge her. I stand correct. But he comes out first and says Trump's name and enforce in these protests. Gavin Newsom's another piece of shit. Yes or no in the chat? He's the worst. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to call it here live. By Monday of next week, California fraud will be exposed. It'll be much bigger and widespread than Minneapolis. And he will be exposed, Gavin Newsom. And he's another one. I want to start seeing these Democrats held responsible with handcuffs. With handcuffs. With handcuffs. I'm sick and tired of these people. I said this last night. I don't want to say Democrats anymore. We need to come up with a new party. I'd like to hear some new names. I think it's unfair for a moderate Democrat, like my mom, may she rest in peace, and others, family members you might have. Moderate, elderly, people who just support Democrat. We should not call them a Democrat party. We need to come up with a new name and send it to Congress because it's not a party anymore. They have lost their mind. They have lost their mind on these protests today. People have lost their mind to go to Minneapolis from other states and involved with ICE agents. And you have Chuck Schumer and that other man who I couldn't understand saying it's wrong. It's not wrong. They're there to protect. Those are nice people. Those are fathers and mothers. Those are Democrats and Republicans, and they're gay and straight and black and Irish and hillbilly and Italian. Those ICE agents they want to go home. They want to have a meal with their wife, their husband, their spouse, their partner. They want to visit their kids. They don't want to be out there tear gassing and shooting. But what do you do when a vehicle or cars or weapons come into your couple feet away from you, threaten your life? Now, we got a briefing coming up. Do we have that briefing? Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. Vice President J.D. Vance, Caroline Levitt briefing. Okay, so we have a briefing coming up. Whoa, we got a lot going on. We got the immigration remarks. We have the ICE protests in Minneapolis. There's a lot going on. First time here, like and subscribe. I so appreciate it. Thank you for the memberships. Thank you for the donation. 100% of the proceeds here. We're very fortunate and blessed to forward it to the homeless population here in Las Vegas metropolitan area. Hey, shout out while we wait for the press conference to the moderators, Janine, Mike M, Lovebirds. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the memberships. Now, let's see what we got here. What do we have cooking here? What do we got going on here?
Nowhere else. The American people are not. The American people want us to focus on the number one issue they face.
All right, he's talking about the Venezuela. This is Schumer.
That they can't afford the things they need, the affordability crisis. And instead, Donald Trump and too many of our Republican colleagues are saying, let us spend our treasure.
Can you guys read this? Should we read this together? We're going to be giving money to Venezuela,
How can the American
which they desperately need.
watch this and not just groan and grimace and
Palin, I'm so sorry what happened last night. On behalf of YouTube or whatever, accidentally removing you or timing you out. I apologize on behalf.
this kinds of regime replacement in the past. It's led to the American people paying the price in treasure and in blood. So now we have the opportunity to stop. We're very close. We urge our Republican colleagues to join us. Tell the American people you want to focus on what they care about. The cost of groceries, the cost of health care, the cost of electricity and other goods. The contrast between what's happening in the House and the Senate today is glaring. In the House, there will be, from what I am told, a good number of Republicans who will join in saying, extend the tax credits for 3 years. Leader Thune has even refused to put that on the floor. But what's happening here, the ability, the strength, the constitutional authority of the Congress to say, no endless wars, no sending all our money down to Venezuela and Lord knows what other countries. Again, just look at this, my Republican colleagues. A year longer, I would say not. Here's what Trump said on oversight of Venezuela. He said it could last.
I can't take this guy, guys. Hold on one second.
He says I would say much longer.
I cannot
want to see us bogged down
tolerate
in
Chuck
Venezuela
Schumer.
for a whole bunch of years.
I cannot.
If you don't
I got to get
wanna
rid of
see
this.
that, if you
I got to get rid of it. Cannot tolerate it. Max, what do you want? All right.
USA! No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA! No ICE!
All right. I got another feed. Here. It's pouring rain in Las Vegas too. Holy, what is going on? Pouring rain in Vegas. Hold on, guys. We gotta pay some bills here. Give me a second. Here we go. I got some feed here, guys. See what we got here.
This USA! No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA! No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA! No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA! No ICE!
Some people are saying thank you, ICE. I piggyback on that. You know, just my thoughts. My thoughts are this. I'm going to give you my thoughts. So bring everybody up to date. Sorry, guys, I got a really lot going on, man. Heavy rain and wind here in Las Vegas. I got a dog that's confused going to multiple rooms. And then, of course, we have this breakout massive ice. Here's my thoughts. You see the guy with the candle? You know, I'm sure there's people there heartbroken from this woman who lost her life at 37 years young and her 3 children left at home. But I think a lot of people don't really care about this woman because they don't care about themselves. And they just hate Donald Trump so much because they are so I'm trying to think of the right words. I was going to say brainwashed, but so confused on what's right and what's wrong. And what is right and what is wrong. What is wrong is the Somalians in this community and this subject have taken money away from Minneapolis people that are struggling, who need welfare, who need SNAP, who need electrical assistance, who possibly need child care. But these people don't see that, okay? I don't think they're sad about a woman. I'm sad. I'm going to look in the camera. I don't care if that woman was a Democrat, Republican, or a lesbian. Doesn't matter. But we need to be smarter. When you have family or no family, it's your life. That's law and order, and don't interfere. Whether it's interfering with a weapon, and for me, and I have law enforcement in my family, a vehicle can be a weapon and used as a weapon. And we'll come out and see the body image and cameras of this ICE agent, whether he was correct or not on his actions. Now, it's sad. We can discuss whether she should have lost her life. We don't want anybody to lose their life unless they're, a terrorist, a drug dealer, a murderer, somebody active domestic terrorism, somebody harming you in your house. This should not happen. But you're interfering, you're taking a risk, and you're breaking the law. I don't want to see anybody lose their life. But this is what we seen it an hour ago, where a guy was on his hands and knees with some tear gas, crying. So he'll be okay. They're doing these actions. See, this is where we got to eliminate protest. There's no such thing of a peaceful protest. You're going to have active violence. People are going to escalate, lose their mind, and then they're unalive. But these people that are there, some are very sad. Maybe the guy with the but a lot of these people act like they care about this lady, this 37-year-old woman now. They don't care. Just like the Democrat Party, they act like they care. They don't care. They do not care. Whatever party you want to call. If they care, they would step up and say, we do not encourage this. You do not have to support Trump or federal agents. However, you will respect, and you will not be out in the streets in Minneapolis, in California, in Chicago, in Oregon, in Las Vegas, anywhere. There's a reason they're there. So go to work, as Janine alluded to earlier. Like a lot of you just said, don't you people work? Go to work. I work. Go to work. Go to work. Do your job. Pay your taxes and hope that your taxes, speaking of taxes, goes and helps people that are having some rough times with illness, divorce, who are disabled, are veterans, and pay our taxes, not on Somalia. I say take the Somalians, do not put them in jail, put them on a plane, fly them back to Somalia, and say goodbye, see you. Won't be back. That's what we need to do. And Trump needs to show it live. I will cover it. But who should be covering it is national news, CNN. I said this last night, and Fox, but they won't. Both of those channels, CNN, NBC, they should be ashamed of themselves. And I'm calling out Fox. I've been calling them out. I know my mega friends are upset at me. I don't care. Because you know why I'm calling Fox out? I'm sick and tired of their little back and forth games. Start reporting the news for the American people. Start being a journalist. Go out and expose fraud. Why should an independent YouTuber, 23 years old, Nick Shirley, go and expose fraud? Get off your ass over the holidays, Fox, CNN, CNBC. And boots on ground. And show what the hell's going on in this world like it used to be. I used to watch a lot of Fox, and I like a lot of what they report. And I still do, but I'm aggravated on the producers And I even called them out, Fox. Oh, I called them out. And I'm going to call them all out. And as far as CNN goes, for me, they should be sued and held responsible for a lot of this stuff. I'm sick of it all. And it leads to this actions. So I say this to anybody who's watching. I wish I would have said this earlier. I probably did. Stay home. Don't get involved. Discuss it on a live stream. Discuss it in your own room. Yell at yourself. You know, really. If you don't like certain presidents or all, guess what? Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt. You just yell it all out. Get it all out of your system. Go to a gym. Go on the treadmill. Go running. Get it out of your system. Think. Think. Look at this lady. Look at this lady. What is she saying? Sounds like a wolf. I have no idea what she's saying. I think she's saying we'll be marching on the other side, meaning sounds like the 70s are back. Yeah, really, huh? Yeah, I can remember as a little kid some of this stuff. Interesting comment. Kind of brings back when I was a young man. Young kid, actually. Not a young man, a young kid. How do the people know the words? Interesting. They rehearsed. They rehearsed. Another great comment. I'm reading some comments here as we go along. Great, yeah, interesting comment.
All of us know what it is to be in a place that is new, a place that we are seeing as strange.
What?
And all of us know
The mom said she left the birds loose. I know.
I can my stuff.
Karen's United. Karen's United, somebody said in the chat. Pay some bills here. Pay some bills. Let's pay some bills.
I'm here to tell you how.
Somebody said it was not massive protest. Yeah, the crowds have lightened off a little bit. I agree. Earlier this morning, we've been live streamed for about an hour now. Hour earlier.
In the same situation, and instead of the HELOC,
We had some massive crowds in Minneapolis. I gotta say, the ICE agents responded. It took them a little while to respond. It was kind of getting carried away. I broke this live stream earlier with no sound. And they had a reporter there on ground where there was massive crowds. And it has gotten a little quieter, but I have a feeling that these people need to work. Don't these people work? So I have a feeling they went to work, you know? So I think that's, whoops, sorry about that. Hold on, what did I just do? Bear with me, folks, give me 3 seconds. Give me 3 seconds, I don't know what I just did. I think I just screwed it all up. I'll try to get it back though. Let's see here what we got here. So, give me a second. I think these people need to go to work, right? I think what we're going to see though is this evening, we're probably going to see more of it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And you're probably going to see more in other states because that's what happens on these. Oh, I got the feedback. Real quickly before we go back, I do got the feedback. So the crowds have lightened up, but there's still people out there. But earlier, guys, if you want to go back to my previous live stream, if you have time, in the first 20 minutes, it was crazy. I felt like I had to pinch myself. There was ICE agents being, they were face-to-face to the ICE agents. There was no weapons that we seen, but the people and the filth that was coming out of their mouth, with FF ICE, and they were calling them murderers and this, that, and other names that I don't think I could say on YouTube live stream. And a couple times we've seen some agents go take the tear gas out. So, hope you're well, Sal. Stay blessed. I thank you for 6 months. Thank you. Appreciate all the memberships. I really appreciate all the memberships, guys, on here. Thank you so much for continuing memberships like 6 months, Blue, and 12 months and 2 years. And once again, we are able and blessed to me and my wife and subscribers and moderators. We're able to forward this money over to the homeless people here in Las Vegas. And speaking of Las Vegas, I just got a message that came on. I don't know if you can hear that doorbell sound. And that is people that I work with on Fighting Homeless, that we're going to be on a red alert over the weekend for some protests here. I don't think you're going to have huge protests like you're seeing in Minnesota. Not because we have a Republican governor, because he's a little back and forth and wishy-washy. I voted for him. It's because it's much smaller here. We don't have Somalians here. We do have illegals here, but they're still going to be on alert. I think all states will probably be on some kind of alert. And it's unfortunate that some of these people are driving from other states and involving themselves and their lives and their families and leading to a death of a woman yesterday because of just not taking the precautions and thinking 3 times before you act and go out and do these, I don't call protests, but involved in something that's not affecting you. It is affecting taxpayer, but even those that's it affecting our taxpaying money. Real quickly, if I could, please listen up. The fraud that's happening, it's a federal. So our taxpaying money is being involved. But I would say this. We don't encourage that. We stay out of it. We let the president in the United States and Marco Rubio, and we hope that they crack down and fight, when I say fight, and corruption and fraud, and let them handle it and have faith in our government. Now, we can be pissed, we can talk out loud, we can go on live streams, but we should not involve ourselves in other states. All right, we got a lady here talking. We want to listen to her?
Is beloved, is worthy.
Let's see what she's got to say.
God who was killed by the state for standing in love.
Let's see what this woman has to
For the
say.
sake of the vulnerable. That is the God I followed here today to this place this morning to be with you. The God that said the greatest command of all is this: love God, love love, and love neighbor. That is what I see Minnesotans doing right now, whether they call it Christian action or not. They are loving their neighbors, all of them, with a fierce compassion, and we will not stop because we know where we stand and with whom we stand on holy land with each other. We stand rooted firmly in nonviolent, unarmored love, a power that is greater than any wannabe king or its vigilante paramilitary force, a power no political ruler can control. Blessings on all of you. May God's will be done, and may we continue to do the work
Excuse
of
me.
God to make it so. Amen. Thank you so much, Pastor Susie. Next, I'd like to invite Senator Scott Dibble.
Yeah!
Stewart.
All right, come with our own
Megaphone. Well, thank you, everyone. I just want to, this is incredible. This is beautiful. I'm State Senator Scott Dibble. I'm here with State Senator Ann Johnson Stewart. Let's just start this way. In the immortal words of Gina Smith, leave us the fuck alone. And as the mayor said yesterday, ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis and Minnesota.
All right, there you go. Hold on.
I'm here to say her name. Renee Nicole Good. Say it together. Renee Nicole Good. Annette Nicole Good. Renee Nicole Good. Renee Nicole Good. Renee Nicole Good. Renee Nicole Good.
Okay.
Renee Nicole Good was an innocent woman.
Uncle Charlie, how are you? Good morning. Okay, hold on.
Yesterday, an innocent woman was killed by a federal immigration enforcement agent. I am stunned, I am grieving, I am furious. No person should die at the hands of our government in our... What makes this woman even more dangerous is not the violence, but it's the lies, the distortion, the denial, the propaganda from a federal administration that's shown again and again a willingness to exercise brutality. That cannot stand. As your state senators, our power is limited, but our responsibility is not. We will do everything in our power to make sure that the investigation underway is going to be truthful, provide the unvarnished truth, so that no political agenda replaces the call and the cry for justice and accountability.
Thank you, Mike.
That is a demand.
Thank you, Mike.
And that is why what you are doing here today matters so much. We must raise our voices. We must bear witness. We must refuse to normalize state-sanctioned violence.
All right.
We cannot give this president or anyone else.
Okay.
an excuse
Did you hear him
to
say,
our communities to invoke extraordinary powers?
this man,
Peaceful protest, raising our voice.
did you hear what he said about 5 minutes ago? Even Governor Walz, what did he say? Even Governor Tim Walz, well, he didn't say Tim. Governor Walz said, ICE, get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. But viewers' discretion is advised. I mean, the language is out there. You very seldom hear me cuss. But he said, I'm repeating what he said. So, this man who spoke, I'm not saying he's going to harm anybody, but it's in his head. Now, it gets into another head, and it gets into thousands of head. That doesn't mean they're going to be out and do bad things, but you're going to have people that are unstable, mental illness, and what do you got? Well, if the governor says it's okay, we hate Trump. Trump's a dictator, I quote, a king. Then what happens? People will attend these protests, right? And unfortunately, people can lose their lives and get hurt. Now, a family now is suffering because of a governor. You heard what he said? He said it in his first minute of speech. Tim Walz says it's okay. ICE, get the F out of here. Go. And that's what they were saying all morning long. And they're still saying it. Get out of here. Is that American way? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't go out and vote, you're going to hear me say that you're going to hear me say this a lot. If we don't go out and vote on November 3rd and we lose the midterms, see, you guys who are coming in for the first time, thank you so much for being here. It's not about Republican and Democrat. It's about saving the United States of America. I have a lot of Democrat friends who don't like Trump, and they don't like what they're seeing. They don't like this. It draws the line. And they're saying to me, we might not vote. Some are saying we might become a Republican for a while because we want to save America. Others are saying we're out of it altogether. It's nuts what's happening. The other side, the party, the red, the Democrats, whatever you want to call them, please give me a better name, is lost their mind, and it's rubbing on people, innocent people. These are people that are struggling in jobs, struggling in their life. I wish them well. They get upset, and they're blaming the government. Blaming the government. Majority of the times, we need to solve our own. Nobody's going to work for us. Nobody. And for those who are disabled, those who have an illness that can happen to any of us, we need help with Medicaid, SNAP, child care. We need it for some time. Sometimes people need it for a long time if you're having an illness. And we should be covering those people with our taxpaying money. Not Somalia, not Mexico. We need to bring our country back, and Donald Trump is doing that. We need to understand not to interfere with this stuff. Never interfere with law and order. Whether you agree or disagree or don't know what the hell's going on. Because a lot of people don't even know what's going on in Minnesota. And even if you do know what's going on and you've been following it and you disagree, don't go there. Go on a live stream. Call me out. Call me out. Hit me. Don't go there and eliminate your... Come in, go to a bar, have a few beers, and use a ride share to go home. Go up in a mountain somewhere and start screaming at yourself. And let this handle itself. You're not going to control this. You're not going to win over ICE. You're not going to win over Donald Trump. Weak leadership in the state of Minnesota, which should be arrested allegedly from these horrific crimes with fraud and donations. And then to make matters worse, he had a chance to redeem himself that much. That much. It would have made his way to prison a little easier, allegedly, if he would have said nothing about Trump. His first opening statement was Trump and F ICE. That's a governor. He's trying to be a tough guy. Tim Walsh, you're not a tough guy. You're not a tough guy. Spend one night in prison. We'll see how tough you are. You're weak, incompetent. You're so many other words I won't say. And this was a man who was going to be, he was elected to be the vice president of the United States of America. Imagine that. He had an opportunity in the near future, if Kamala was president, to be the president of the United States. You'll imagine the fraud. It would have been, I can't believe I'm saying this, it would have been worse than Biden and Barack Obama put together. And Jimmy Carter. Well, gee, Jimmy Carter wasn't corrupted. Jimmy Carter was just stupid. You know? He was just stupid. But stupid and corrupted, I have a problem with. Stupid, I have a problem with. But, you shouldn't be in that position, right? But when you're stupid and corrupted and fraud, you got to go. I get fired up on this. I apologize, guys. But it eats me up that you have a governor who had a chance to come out and say, let ICE agents protect Minneapolis. Go home. Go to work. Go watch a movie on Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube. Go home. Why risk your life? But no. He's encouraging people to do this. And today, another man got tear gassed. And, this could lead for somebody else getting hurt. And it puts so much stress now on the agents. They don't want to take somebody's life. They don't want to do it. How much stress that's putting on the agents now to go out there now and try to protect Minneapolis. And it's still going on. It's thinning out a little bit. It's getting ridiculous. So hopefully we'll hear from Donald Trump. I don't know when, but I'm sure Trump or Marco, they're just giving out the middle finger now. I got to tell you, I got pulled over. If I gave the middle finger, they're going to take my Italian ass right behind bars. These people are giving the fingers, spitting, yelling, profanity. You get pulled over, you interfere, you put your hands up, your hands on the wheel, you give your credentials, you'll probably be okay with a ticket. You know? You can probably fight a lot of tickets and insurance don't go up. Pay your ticket. Guess what? Even if you do get a ticket, even if you get points, or even if you got arrested with a misdemeanor, I believe that lady would probably got a gross misdemeanor. She still would have been alive. They're not out to prosecute or take people down, but my goodness, they got to protect their lives. They want to go home to their wives and their husbands and their partners. They want to go home and have a beer, relax, watch TV like we do, and then go back and work again until their day's off. They're like, we're all of us. They're just fighting crime. In this case, fighting. This is not a protest. This is hate. This is hate, hate, and hate. If you want to do a vigil, if you want to respect that lady who lost her life, go get a candle. Better yet, not better yet, I like the candle, prayers. But here's what you should do. How about one of these people say, ladies and gentlemen, let's go home. Let's stop this. How about one of them in an intercom? I feel you, but let's leave. Let's go home. Let's let them work it out. That takes what? 5 seconds, 10 seconds? Put the American flag around your back. I have no problem with. And say to everybody, let's go home. And then go safe in your cars and go home. That's what some of these people should do. I'm not seeing it. I'm continuing to see young people too. I mean, this girl looks like, she looks like she's a baby, like 12 years old here. They're bringing their kids out. I mean, that young lady looked like she was 14 years old. You're bringing your kids, you're raising your kids in a world like this. These kids don't want to be involved in this. They don't know what's going on. These kids belong in school with education, learning history, math, reading. They just missed her. I can't believe people are bringing young children there. That is horrible. All right, I got to pay some bills again. All right. Hey, guys, I think we're going to sign off. Let me just see. Hold on. Let me see if I think I have another. If I can get one more footage. Let's see here. Might have something we haven't seen. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Maybe 2 seconds. Maybe 4. Okay. Let's see. See what we got here. That's a parking lot. Looks like they are leaving here. Sorry for the language. It looks like they're... That's the girl. She looked, with that mouth, she sounds older, right? Wow. Did you guys hear that lady's mouth, that young lady's mouth? Did anybody hear her mouth? If I heard my daughter's mouth like that, Grace, did you hear that mouth? She didn't look more than, well, it's hard to tell. I don't know. Maybe 18 at the most. No, she wasn't. She was not an observer. Observer is this. Observer is somebody makes you rest in peace and prayers with the family. An observer is a person watching, saying a few words, even a couple cuss words, which observer. That's observer. We're observing. Okay. She had a vehicle. Okay. Her vehicle drove from, I think it was Boston or Colorado. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. Lost my thought. I need another cup of coffee. I drove her car, which is a weapon. It's one thing driving your car. I want everybody to listen. It is one thing driving your car, parking your car, even rolling down your window and saying a few bad words, which I don't like. You're probably going to get arrested. But she wasn't observing. She was using her vehicle, not thinking, ladies and gentlemen, not thinking, right? It's why some people should not be here and interfere with law and order and ICE, and led to her death. And who suffers is family. Now, could have ICE maybe, possibly shot her, and had her alive with us? Well, we don't know all the details yet, right? We don't know all the details. Things react very quickly, okay? And I'm sure they'll investigate it. They'll investigate the situation. But, when you interfere with the vehicle, which is considered a weapon, and you're told multiple times to pull over, park your vehicle, you'll be detained. She probably would have got a ticket, maybe brought in, maybe got a gross misdemeanor. Maybe she would have got a felony. I don't know. Now, I'm sure they'll have body cam. I'm sure they're going to see body cam. And if for some reason the ICE agent was, incorrect, or agents, then they'll be prosecuted. But surely when you take your own actions and interfere and it acts as self-defense, then how a woman who's deceased and that children don't want to not see their mother in this life again, mother and father, and an ICE agent is going to be, so messed up from this horrific accident. Thank you for the donation. Surprised no one act this way during Obama. Hold on, guys. I know I'm shaking the camera. I got to fix something here real quick. Thank you for that donation. Yeah, well, it's just sad. And by these people's reaction, I understand. They're confused, some of them. I can understand where people are upset. I really can. I like to be open-minded. But don't do it here. Don't do it here. Look at the names on these signs. It's just very sad what America has become. Well, it hasn't become. It's been but it's just escalating, in my opinion. Is this how you get? Okay. Somebody says if she listen, excuse me, reading a comment caught my eye. If she listened, she'd be alive. If she listened, you know, thank you for that comment. And yeah, it's the truth. You know, sometimes our minds, each and every one of us, you know, none of us should always agree, right? But again, if she would have listened and not drove her car from Denver, Colorado, to Minneapolis, this woman would have been alive. And I've said this, if you're coming in for the first time, we appreciate you. Like and subscribe if you're new. If you feel comfortable, let us know. Also, let us know if you've been following this ongoing involvement in Minneapolis with the fraud and a loss of life. I think what I was going to say, what we need to do is we need to not involve ourselves on either side. And we need to let law enforcement, we need to trust the president. Look, I said this before. I didn't respect, I didn't agree with Barack Obama. I didn't even agree with the previous administration, right? In Italian, we call it a scazziata. And what it means is, it sounds bad. It just means unorganized. It can mean ugly, scazziata. But you know what? It was the president. Well, we come to find out he wasn't the president. It was run by a committee, Elizabeth Warren and Obama. But even Barack Obama, a lot of us didn't vote for him. But, you know, I didn't like when people called him a bad name, a race. I stood up. I didn't support Barack Obama at all. I tried his health care. It sucked. But I didn't like race to come into it. And I would tell my fellow conservatives or other people, say bad names. I say, he's the president. Multiple times. He's the president. He's the president. We'll have a change soon. You know, so we need to go back and let it all runs its course. It's all will run its course. Like right now, God saved Trump. It's okay. I believe in God. If you don't believe in God, I don't judge. Common sense. But God, in my opinion, saved Donald Trump. Could not be with us. And we'd be in a whole nother mess right now. We'd probably have a woman named Nikki Haley running our nation, because I think she would have beat Kamala. And in any event, it led to all this because of people being hypnotized by fake news, CNN, and other networks. And then I guarantee this woman would be alive if she just would have took a deep breath and said, you know what? I'm not going to get involved. Not my business, right? We all need to start thinking. And that goes on both sides. That goes for conservatives, MAGA, whatever you want. It's just common sense. Don't get involved. Don't involved in this situation. Let trust the president. Now, as far as the governor goes, he's corrupted, allegedly, fraud. His time will come. He's not running for governor. His time will come. He'll face charges on this fraud. He's admitted it several times. That's how smart he is. He's come out on national TV and said he knew about it. So let the justice. Gavin Newsom, time will come for him. He's investigated with homeless, not taking the money and fraud and for the homeless population that we do on this station. He's taken a lot of that money. Powell State fires, corruption, law and order, same shit in California, but even worse. His time will come. The Scott Ciotta in Chicago, governor in Chicago, his time will come. Came to play blackjack and won millions of dollars. What the hell was he doing gambling blackjack when he's the governor of Illinois? His time will come. They're all going to come. And if you're in the red state and you're committing fraud, your time will come too. You know? So, but these people are interfering, and eventually it's going to lead to this. Guys, I think I'm going to sign off. I got to get some coffee. We've been on for an hour and 22 minutes. Please like and subscribe if anything breaks. I have a lighter schedule today. I do got to work a little bit. You know, I don't know about these people. Sounds like these people, maybe they're off today. Maybe they're just off. God bless. But I do have a light schedule, but I do have one or two things to do client-wise. I will be back on. Make sure you have all notifications. I'm sure this is going to be ongoing, probably out through today, this evening. I hope not. I hope not, but it probably will be. California, it'll be next. And we'll see. What's your thoughts? More ICE agents or less ICE agents? I'll take a minute to read that real quick. More ICE agents or less ICE agents? The way it looks, they're going to be bringing in more ICE agents. All right, guys. Hey, be safe. Be very safe. Don't involve in this, guys. Do not get involved in any of this stuff. Let it all work out. Spend time. Be safe. You have families. You have pets. You have yourself. Don't get involved in this stuff. Serious stuff. Let it all work out. Hey, guys. God bless. God bless Donald Trump. May these agents stay safe. May these people stay safe. Seriously, they're human beings. God bless everybody. God bless. I'll see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, moderators. Once again, moderators, members, and donations. Real quickly, thank you. Appreciate it. Love you all.